Winston? Winston? Come back with that leg of lamb.
At Eating Royally, my catering company in Dallas, we always serve sun-dried tomato and Gruyere scones with every dinner party. Everybody loves them. Everybody wants the recipe. Well, I'm sharing it with you today. I'm going to be making the scones that I make at home. It's pretty much the same recipe, but I put in there some crispy prosciutto, and I love to fill them with a spicy jam and maybe some sliced meat or something, just to have for lunch, and they're just amazing like that. But let's start. Start off with some flour in a bowl, and then into there we add some butter, unsalted butter. Next, I'm going to put some salt, and then some baking powder and some sugar. All of those ingredients then we rub together. If you have a blender, a food processor, you can actually rub all those ingredients together in there. We want to get to the texture of fine breadcrumbs. This is the more traditional way of making pastry, and if you look closely, I'm actually rubbing the fat with my thumb across my fingers, and that just incorporates the butter then into the flour. Once you've got the nice fine crumbs, then you can add the cheese. You can put cheddar in there if you want to, you can use Parmesan too, but I like Gruyere cheese. Once you bite into those scones, that gooey cheese really makes them incredible. Next, we make a hole in the center. Into there, 2 eggs and some buttermilk. I also like to add a little English mustard, just to spice it up a little. Now I start swirling around in the center and slowly incorporating that flour mix. Don't beat it too much. We're making scones, it's not biscuits. Biscuits are a little bit different. The scones are going to be a little bit denser to the American biscuit. Once the doughs come together, you can take it out of the bowl and onto the table. Just before I start rolling out, I've got some crispy prosciutto here. And what I've done is taken prosciutto and actually dropped it into hot oil and fried it until it goes really crispy. Now you can use bacon in there if you want to, or you can just use chopped green onions, or even some dried tomatoes like we do at Eating Royally. So once they're all combined, then we can roll out. And we want to roll out to about 1 inch thick. Don't be tempted to think it's pastry. When you've got it about 1 inch thick, then you can use cutters if you want to, round or square. Don't waste the dough. Bring it all together, roll it out again, you'll get 2 more. At this size, you'll get 8 really nice biscuits. The biscuits go into the oven, 350 degrees, but before we do that, we're going to brush the tops with some egg yolk. Notice I said egg yolk and not whole egg. By using just the yolk, you get this gorgeous, shiny, golden top. So always remember, when you're doing scones, to use the egg yolk. As you bite into these, you'll get the texture of that crunchy prosciutto and the flavor of it too. Bacon's okay, but it's really worth doing the prosciutto. The recipe's in the description below, so I hope you make these at home too. $350 for about 15 minutes. When they come out of the oven, they're golden brown on top. See what I mean about just using the egg yolk on there? We need to let them cool before we open them up. Our eating royally scones, Gruyere and bacon with some black salt butter. If you serve them like this hot, open them up, put some butter in there and let that butter melt. They are to die for. If you're having them from a dinner party like we do, then obviously you need to cut them a little smaller. They're much too big to serve as a dinner party. I make them at home like this, and I like to fill mine with some pepper jelly and some sliced meat. However you prepare them, I hope you make them at home. I know they'll turn out as good as these, if not better. Send me a photo, we'll put it in the next video. They smell gorgeous. I love these scones. We serve them all the time at Eating Royally. Link to Eating Royally in the description below if you live in Dallas. Hope you've enjoyed the recipe. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below. And if you've not subscribed yet, why not? Come on, subscribe. Share the video with your friends. See you again soon.